What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. Powered by Come On Now, the podcast. We talk facts over feelings. The game is just wrapped up. This is my swan song for the season for the Indiana Fever. I know y'all wanted me to do this, so here I am. I mean, I gotta be real. I gotta tip my cap to the Indiana Fever, man. They played hard. They played hard. That was inspiring, actually. That performance was really inspiring. Not even gonna BS here. Like that was serious balls. Like that was some balls right there, because they had every reason to actually quit, and they didn't. They had every reason to quit, and they didn't. And I gotta give them credit, man. I gotta salute them for that, because I don't think there's anybody in the world that thought that once Kelsey Mitchell went down, that game wasn't going to turn into a 25-point blowout. I thought that. I mean, initially they jumped up, I think, what, like 9 or 10 or something like that, and you thought, okay, it's about to get away from them, and they didn't quit. They didn't give up. They didn't back down, and they fought back. They fought back on the road, no less. Down 8 in the fourth quarter, you know, they fought back. I mean, that was some gritty ass stuff. They were gritty, and that was what their calling card was for most of this season. With all these injuries that they've had to deal with. No, you don't get paid to quit. But I tell you what, a lot of teams would have, and they actually they battled, they fought, and it was wild. It was wild there. I mean, you got Asia Wilson with 35, you have Jackie Young with 32. But man, all of a sudden in overtime, Vegas can't miss a three. I don't know that did Vegas miss a shot in overtime? They seem to hit everything that they took in overtime. What was it? Chelsea Gray hadn't hit a shot from the perimeter, and she knocks down a pair of threes, I believe it was. She definitely hit one. They hit a bunch of threes in overtime, and that was the difference of the game. You know, you can look at all these other things and factors of this game, but I mean, the turnovers by Indiana, the hot potato basketball, the inability to hold the ball. I mean, it says 19 turnovers on ESPN, but on TV they said they had 21. I mean, the points off turnovers was 31-7. Like that's bad basketball. That's just bad. That's bad. Fever though dominate the glass, out rebounding them 40-21. So that's how they kind of evened it out. The free throw disparity was 24-22. There wasn't a big gap there, but the turnovers were huge. The rebounding was huge, and quite frankly, the overtime 3-point shooting was the biggest difference in this basketball game. Kelsey Mitchell goes down in the third quarter. I believe she blew her quad. I mean, from what I saw, she blew her quad, and it wasn't a cramp. I think she blew her quad. She may need surgery. She's probably going to need surgery, just from what I saw, because it could be that when they said quad, that's not a strain. Like that was there was something she was having, and then she probably didn't, even just driving around the edge, and then it was like, oh, and then it popped. It could just pop just like that, and it was it's tough, man. It's tough for her, obviously, to have that happen to her in game five. You know, would that have made a difference in them winning? I don't know. I don't know. I think the women played kind of inspired after she got hurt. After she left the game, I think they were kind of inspired, because they were down four, and they fought. There was Aaliyah Boston. She commits some of the dumbest fouls in the history of the world. Her dumb foul level is on a level that most people don't have. She commits some of the she commits some of the dumbest fouls ever. It's just the fifth foul in the third quarter with 5 minutes to go. It's like, what are you doing? She doesn't know how to set. She still doesn't know how to set a screen. And you're sitting there like you basically taking yourself out of the game. And then she fouls out on a play where she should be grabbing a rebound. Grab the damn rebound. Grab the damn rebound. Jackie Young beats her to the ball, draws her sixth foul, and you're playing a game now without your three best players. Like you're playing without Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aaliyah Boston. And yet somehow you are in overtime in game 5 of the semifinals. It's pretty remarkable, actually. It's pretty remarkable. It was a foul. It was a foul. I don't call that foul, but it was a foul. I thought the entire I can get into that Nafisa Collier speech, which I'm gonna do in a separate video, but I think it's rather ironic and humorous that you have that speech come out and you get all this complaining about fouls, and then you're complaining about the exact thing that you do. You're complaining that they're not calling fouls, or they're not calling fouls, but all you do is foul. So when they call the fouls, you're complaining about them calling the fouls. It was crazy. Like you're complaining about having fouls called, you not having fouls called, but when they call the fouls, you complain about that too. When you're clearly fouling. I mean, Aaliyah Boston can't help but not foul. She can't help it. She fouls all the damn time. She takes herself out the game. It's bananas. I don't know how the hell Lexi Hull only had one foul called on her tonight. I mean, maybe that's why Jackie Young had 32 points. And maybe that's why, because the fact that Lexi Hull only had one foul is amazing. You know, Lexi Hull. Be real, man. I was hoping that she'd catch a corner 3 at the end. I was hoping at the end of regulation and before overtime that she'd catch a corner 3. I thought that was a 5 count, by the way. I don't know how that wasn't called a 5 count on the inbound, where Odyssey Sims scores to tie it. But I was really hoping she'd catch the corner 3 just to shut me up. But you're looking at that lineup out there in overtime. Brianna Turner, Shea Petty, Odyssey Sims, Lexi Hull, and Natasha Howard. That was the roster on the court in overtime. You've got to be kidding me. That's the roster in over. Yes, let's not forget Boston missed a layup to tie the game. Absolutely. Of course she missed it because that's what she does. 11 points. You got one good game out of Aaliyah Boston in 5. One good game out of Aaliyah Boston in 5 games. And people will call her a top 3 player at her position. Not a chance. She got dog walked again. A'ja Wilson goes for 35 points. 35-11 in that matchup. 35-11. Chelsea Gray comes on in overtime. She hadn't done a whole lot, but overtime, she looked like the Chelsea Gray that was playing in Unrivaled. That's for dang sure. Jewell Loyd opens up with that 3. Lexi Hull hits that prayer bank shot off from the top of the key. Then Chelsea Gray drills a 3. Odyssey Sims hits a couple free throws. Chelsea Gray drills another 3. Natasha Howard gets an and 1. And then they foul, and then Jewell Loyd gets a foul, makes a couple free throws. And then that was pretty much it. Pretty much it. I mean, yeah, Shea Petty hits the 3 to make it 101-98, but that was a wrap. That was a wrap. Odyssey Sims played her tail off. Odyssey Sims played her tail off today. 27 points, 6 assists. I mean, played her butt off. Natasha Howard going for 16. Off the bench, Petty goes for 13. They shot 48% from the field, but they turned that damn ball over the whole freaking game. Yes, Aaliyah Boston played one good game in 5. I mean, are we Asia was locked versus. She had 35 points. Now, what do you? Come on, man. Locked. Asia Wilson in this series scored 35, 31, 25, 16, and 13. So she got locked. So she averaged over 25 a game in this series, and you're saying she got locked. Okay. You know what? I guess we have a different definition of what locked is because Asia Wilson averaged 24 points a game in this series. Sorry, 24 points a game. She dominated the matchup head to head with Aaliyah Boston. Dominated it. Dominated it. Dominated it. She had one good game in 8 games, really. Yeah, because she played like trash against Atlanta too. Yes, I watched the game tonight. I watched the game. Asia Wilson had 35. 35. She's not being guarded by Natasha Howard. Please. She's not being guarded by Natasha Howard. All right, man. Asia Wilson. What did Aaliyah Boston do on offense? Aaliyah Boston averaged like 13 points for the series. I'll do the mathematics for you. Might as well since I'm here. Because to defend Aaliyah Boston's play today is ridiculous. She's fouling like a madman. She can't stop fouling. Please. 11, 24, 12, 10. Yeah. And there's some games right there, man. 10, 11. So she averaged 13.6 points per game. And you're telling me that she was good in this series. Wow. She was good. She was great. She was great. Leah Boston plays how she always. I mean, again, one good game. If she plays a better game tonight, the Fever might have won that shit tonight. I mean, I'll be real. I was kind of shifting at the end of that game, like almost hoping for these women to win because I thought it would be a really inspirational story. But hey, now I don't have to cover this shit this year, the rest of the way, because I'm not watching the finals. I'm not. I know you don't believe me, but I'm not. I'll have a video on this Napheesa Collier nuke bomb that she dropped, but now I'm going to move into women's college basketball as the season starts in this month and do my thing with the Hurricanes and do the New York Yankees are going to have me in the grave by tomorrow at this rate. But yeah, as they choke their fucking thank you, Aaron Boone, you motherfucker, you piece of shit. But yeah, man, that was 107-98, man. You got yourself a game for game 5, man. It was a fight. It was a fight. Boston's not getting double teamed. What are you talking about? Israel Volota, are you out of your mind? Double teamed. Double teamed. Aaliyah Boston was getting backed off of by Asia Wilson. She was literally letting her dribble into her. You're double teaming her. Come on now. You're just making stuff up as you go. Come on. Stop. I have no reason to watch the finals. I don't want to watch the finals. I'm not going to watch the finals. No interest in this shit. I did this because people were mad that I freaking didn't do them earlier. So I decided I did it for y'all because I appreciate y'all. And I know you like to hear me yell and rant and cry and complain. So here I am yelling, ranting, crying, and complaining. There was a foul on a challenge early on where they called a foul on Alyssa Smith because she stepped on Kelsey Mitchell's foot. The foul calls in women's basketball are perplexing. Perplexing. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. They call them late. They call them early. They call them when they're soft. They don't call them when they're hard. Then they call them when they're hard. It's like they don't even. Listening to that speech from Napheesa Collier today, you want to know what I think about that speech? Since I'll give y'all a preview of it. Israel, Boston's 6th foul was a foul, bro. I mean, I get it. I would not have called it based on the situation of the game, but that was a foul. She needed to move her fucking plump ass over and box out and grab a rebound, not be slow. But she's always slow to the ball, so I'm used to that. It's nothing new. Nothing new. I mean, she had 16 boards today. Great. She had 7 offensive rebounds. You needed a defensive rebound right there. There's lots of fouls you can call on Leah Boston throughout the game, people. I'm telling you right now. I don't think Collier was lying. I think because she probably recorded the meeting. I don't think she was lying one bit. But I do think that some of the stuff she said was absolutely ridiculous. At the same time, I will tell you this. Cathy Engelbert's not wrong. She's not wrong. These women need the WNBA. As much as we may love Caitlin Clark, and I love Caitlin Clark, if there was no WNBA, Caitlin Clark would have been back at Iowa for her 5th year. She'd have been back at Iowa for her 5th year. Who the fuck wants to go play in China or Turkey or France or Spain or wherever the fuck? None of us would have watched that shit. We need to be real about ourselves. We wouldn't have watched it. So no, she probably wouldn't have made the $16 million off the floor that she's made this past year. Probably wouldn't have, because the market wouldn't have been here. So she's not wrong. But you don't fucking say that to the damn vice president of the Players Association, who has the same freaking agent as Caitlin Clark, and not think at some point it's going to get leaked and bite you in the ass. But people have to remember, Cathy Engelbert does not work for the players. She works for the owners. She works for the ownership. She is not an employee of the players. Listen to Napheesa Collier complain about she didn't get a phone call from Cathy Engelbert doesn't mean dick to me. Who gives a shit if she didn't call you? She's not responsible for having to call you. She doesn't have to say shit to you. You got hurt, so fucking be it. Big deal. She doesn't owe you a phone call. She doesn't work for you. And comparing your husband to her, she's managing a multi-billion-dollar organization. She's the commissioner of a multi-billion-dollar organization. Your husband managed 35 women. Tough job, actually, realistically. He managed 35 women. And he has a staff of like 10. Most of those people are contracted workers for an event. That guy's not dealing with the stuff that Cathy Engelbert has to deal with. Are you kidding me? It's not even remotely close. So that speech was cute. And I'll talk about it more on another video, but yo, you don't like the physicality? Y'all play that way. That's how you play. That's how you play. Cathy Engelbert should have never had a meeting with Napheesa Collier without representation all over the place. Private meeting, very bad idea. It's stupid. It's stupid. Yeah, Israel, I agree with you on there. 40 women in one place might be the toughest job in life. And you know what? Cathy Engelbert got to deal with 160 of them, plus an actual staff of employees. The WNBA has hundreds of employees. Like, what are we talking about here? Commissioner's job in the WNBA is a far more difficult job than the president of the fucking unrivaled league. Come on, man. But you don't have a private one-on-one meeting with Napheesa Collier. Are you crazy? She's stupid. She's dumb as fuck, in my opinion. But, I mean, that's not. They all give cheap shot, punches, elbows, and they all do it. They all do it. They can sit here and say they don't. They all do it. They all do it. They're never going to answer because if they answer the question about why physical play is. Here's the thing. Let's run it back a second, because I don't have a whole lot to say about this game. We saw the game. The game's over with. I mean, if you want me to talk about the game more, I'll happily do that. But listen, let's keep it a buck, because I'm not going to be here all night. I'll probably be here for another 30 minutes to an hour. Probably by 1 a.m. I'm done, because I got a lot of work to do before I go to sleep. It benefits. I don't know who it benefits at all. It doesn't benefit. I don't know. It doesn't benefit us as people watching it, because it's terrible to watch. It benefits bigger players. It benefits the physical player. It benefits the unskilled player. It benefits people who don't have skill. If you don't have skill, you play physical. That's how you make it equal to yourself, is you play physically. That's fine. But they've been promoting it. Remember, they've been promoting it. Caitlin Clark comes in the league. Oh, she's in for a rude awakening. She doesn't know what she's about to get into. It's too physical to go play in the Olympic team. This is what they've been promoting to you. And now all of a sudden, oh, we've been talking about this. The problems with the officials, the problems with the physicality. You've been promoting it. That's all you've done for 2 years. And now you have a problem with it? It's what your league has been. I keep saying this. You watch this game. There were 45 fouls called in this game tonight. Let me ask you a question. One question. If they called every foul, how we would probably still be watching the game, right? Because they would have like 70 fouls apiece. I'm sorry. You don't have enough players for that many fouls. So you got, 10, 12 players on each team? I don't even know at this point. You got about 60 fouls combined from each team. So 120 fouls. They would use them all. If they called every foul, they would use every single foul for every single player. They're not skilled. They're not skilled. They could have changed this shit last year when Caitlin Clark got here and made this shit a free-flowing game that doesn't allow you to grab, hold, chuck, push, pull, whatever, so you can have a nicer looking game. Instead, you keep choosing to go this direction, and you wanted to body her up. You wanted to body that young woman up and bang her around and teach her a fucking lesson. And now you're complaining about the lesson that you wanted to teach her. You're a fucking hypocrite, Napheesa Collier. You're a fucking hypocrite. They can't defend. Aris, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, man. These people would foul out inside of a half every game. Every game. So now all of a sudden, we want to support Caitlin, Angel, and Paige Bueckers. So in February, where was Paige Bueckers? She was in college. She hadn't generated revenue for the WNBA. How was she even part of the conversation? She wasn't in the WNBA. She was in college. She hadn't even gotten to March Madness yet. She was at UConn. But no, of course, you have to make it about other people, because, the reality is it was still about Caitlin Clark. And y'all wanted to body that girl up. Y'all wanted to put her in a bag. You wanted to beat her ass. And the whole yeah, you're right. Eric Jones, 72 fouls. I forgot, 6 fouls. That in itself, they should have 5 fouls in women's basketball. It's only a 40-minute game. They literally cry. So now you're defending Caitlin Clark's ability to make money on her contract. Okay. I didn't hear you say that last year. Folks, you remember when Napheesa Collier was yakking her mouth about 6 months ago about the CBA? We did videos on this. She credited everybody else except for Caitlin Clark. She credited everybody else except for Caitlin Clark. You remember this. I know Ben did videos. I did videos. Everybody did videos on this thing. Now, all of a sudden, here we go. Here we go. Caitlin's not getting paid enough money. And Cathy Engelbert says, she should be happy that we have this platform. Reality is Cathy Engelbert's not wrong. Because if you didn't have the platform, guess where women's basketball players went before the WNBA? Siberia. No one heard about them again. Nobody gave a shit. It's reality. Nobody cared. They went overseas and were forgotten. They had no mark or impact in the United States of America because they were overseas and nobody watched them, because we didn't have TV to watch that shit over there. It was 30 years ago. 1996. We started 1997. Like, When we had no idea, yeah, right, Duke. When Nafisa Collier, we had no idea what she was. She was very likable. Now that she runs her mouth, she becomes stupid. I'm stupid, man. Paige Beckers was in college. How is she part of a fucking WNBPA conversation with the commissioner of the WNBA? It's ridiculous. Like, there's so many things I can pick apart that I'm gonna pick apart when I do that video, and I'll do an immediate reaction on everything she says. I think what she did had balls, had guts. I mean, but she thinks that Kathy Engelbert's her friend. She thinks that that woman works for her. She doesn't. Kathy Engelbert is carrying out the mission of the owners, the people that own the teams. Sustainability. You don't have to worry about sustainability and Unrivaled when they're just giving you money and making up fake valuations for your organization. There's a whole lot more to worry about in the WNBA because guess what? They still have to answer the big brother, the NBA. They still have to answer to the NBA because the NBA does have an ownership stake in the league and has supported it and subsidized the league for 28 years. I wonder what the numbers are going to be this year when we find out about whether or not this league has made money or not. Do we have any idea? I have no clue. I have no clue. I got no clue whatsoever. We'll find out. But, Kathy Engelbert, I got you that deal for the TV. No, Caitlin Clark got Kathy Engelbert that deal. We all know who got the deal. Because if it had been a year earlier, they wouldn't have gotten dog shit. But Kathy Engelbert could have fixed the foul issue last year. These women didn't want to fix the foul issue. They didn't want to fix the physicality. They had no interest in fixing it. But they're complaining. And I don't believe, and Nafisa Collier can kick rocks on the bullshit she said. Thank you, Ravens fans. WNBA sold more than 50% of the league, and they also had owners that they ran off who wouldn't support agendas. Players hold responsibility more than Kathy. Absolutely. I mean, you had an owner of the Atlanta Dream that was basically run off by the players because she didn't want to lose money. What she should have done was contracted the whole goddamn team. Realistically, she didn't want to lose money, so I understand it. It's business. Or she should have just said, screw you, I'm not selling. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? You have a league that is a mess, a complete mess. Yeah, I think she's a piss poor commissioner. I don't disagree. I think she's a terrible commissioner. But the players are very responsible for what's going on. Players, I mean, have you heard any other player ripped by her contemporaries more than Caitlin Clark has been? Ever. Ripped. Like, welcomed so unceremoniously. I have no idea why Dolan sold. I have no clue. I'm not that familiar with it. So I couldn't even answer. These players are complicit in the behavior. They're part of the deal. From A'ja Wilson with her mouth to Diana Taurasi and her mouth to the shit that came out of Cheryl Reeve's mouth, the shit that came out of Becky Hammond's mouth, to the bullshit that came out of Dawn Staley's mouth, even though she's not a WNBA coach. She talks shit. The shit talking Breanna Stewart, they all ran their mouths. They all had something to say about Caitlin Clark while they were beating her ass. And now they don't like the fucking physical play. Oh, because your ankle got rolled on a play that wasn't even a foul? Don't even want to, not even a foul? I mean, come on now. You want to call people racist every fucking time you get a breath? Every time you get a breath, you want to call people racist. Oh, because they booed you at a basketball game? I don't feel sorry for you. I have no feeling of empathy for you. You get people thrown out of games and call them fucking racist. You make accusations. You have people like DeWanna Bonner who jump on a podium after she's won the semifinals and talks about how she's getting comments on whatever DMs. Woman, you fucking quit on the team, a team that embraced you. And you're more worried about talking shit about the fan base that embraced you. And then you quit on them. This is the delusion. Her mental space. Man, fuck your mental space. Fuck your mental space. Oh, Gino Auriemma, he talks shit about Caitlin Clark. Yeah, he talks shit about her too. Thank you, Ayers. Like, it's shit's ridiculous. The fact of the matter is, any smart business person would have been promoting the crap out of their cash cow face of your league, and they failed to do it because she was too afraid of what the feedback would be from these whiny ass fucking crybabies. It's actually hilarious. It's actually hilarious because I was sitting here talking to my wife literally like 20 before this game ended, and she said there's actual studies, and I mean she looks up shit like this. I don't look this type of crap up, but I know it just based on watching it. It's not complicated, but there have been studies that show that women have a harder time dealing with negative crowds on the road. They're more distracted by the crowds on the road because of their emotional states and whatever. Men are easily able to block out the noise and just go. The women are a lot more impacted. No shit. Look at Alicia Gray losing her fucking mind because a fan told her you suck. Like, fuck is going on here? Because you got told you suck by a fan? Like, duh. You do suck. You lost to the Fever. You lost to a Fever team that's missing its best player. You lost to a Fever team that's got 3 people they took off the street. I mean, give me a break. It was no referee issue tonight to me. I'm gonna be real. I don't think there was any. I mean, there was no referee issue tonight. I'm sorry. Aaliyah Boston make a layup that would have tied the game. You might have won the game. Like, you got players that can't concentrate because the crowd is in their ear. You got Ryan Howard losing her mind this year because they were cheering for Asia Wilson in her building. A real small building, but her building. Yeah, they like Unrivaled because there's no one there there's no one's getting booed. Everyone's there to cheer. We're just there to see everybody. Yay! 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 Fuck out of here. That's not sports. That's not sports. That's not competition. That's not. I mean, the way Cheryl Reeve walked off that floor in Phoenix, where she's telling fans, "Fuck you." Really? How is that acceptable and okay? How? Because if that happened in Indiana and Indiana fans went after her like that, can you imagine what the fucking feedback would be right now? These racist, crazy, anti-gay, anti-this crazy fans, they're horrible people, blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. How much would it take for me to do an unrivaled game since I'm in Florida? I had applied last year for credentials. They never responded. So if that's something y'all want me to do, God, you're gonna kill me. But I mean, I don't know that they'll let me in, to be honest, if they watch my shit. I'll try. I mean, I'll try to get credentialed again. We'll see if they let me in. If they do, then I'll do it. If they do, then I'll do it. I'll go. If it's down here, I'll go. But the tickets are not cheap though. They only have like 1,000 seats. They're actually way more money than I am not going to pay $80 to go to one of them fucking games. There's no way in the world. They gave a kid. They can give whoever. They're not going. I mean, I'm not a kid, so the tickets were not cheap. Actually, they were actually like $70 to $80 for the cheap ones, and I'm not paying $70, $80 going to that shit. No way. No way. You know. But yeah, this going back to the Fever, man. I tell you what, they have nothing to hold their heads down about. Those women played hard, man. They played hard tonight. They could have quit. They could have walked away. They're not selling tickets this year. What, the Unrivaled? I have no idea. No, they couldn't. I know, but if the ticket costs me more than $10, I'm not going. I gotta drive 45 minutes just to get there. I'm not going. If the ticket costs $10, I'm not. It has to be no more than $10. Yeah. If Caitlin Clark joins the thing, then the tickets will be going for $1,000 a ticket. Yeah, when they were for sale, it's a real small arena. So they were or it's a warehouse, folks, it's a warehouse. It's a sound studio that they turned into a basketball gym. So when initially they had like their courtside seats, which is pretty much half the building, were $500. They're $400 or $500. They were not cheap. They were expensive. They were expensive. But nah, man. I don't feel bad for Nafisa Collier. I don't feel bad for these players in this league. They did this to themselves. They did this shit to themselves. They have been carrying on this freaking again. Let's look back. Let's rewind and go back to Olympics last year. Let's go back to the Olympics. What did they say about the Olympic team? It's too physical. It's too physical. It's too physical. That's what they kept saying about the Olympic team. It's too physical. Did they not? That's why Caitlin Clark could not be on that team because it was too physical. But we're gonna sit here now and all of a sudden it's not too physical. Oh, now you're complaining that it's too physical. Make up your mind. Is it too physical or is it not too physical? I mean, please let me know something. Let me know. Let me know. Because I have no idea. Because y'all told me it was too, y'all said it was a physical game. But now you don't like it. It's too physical for you. I don't think the international play was 10 times more physical than the NBA. You're joking. I know you're joking, Duke. Yeah. It was 10 times more physical. No, it's not. It's less physical, actually, in my opinion, from what I saw. These women are game 4 was a rugby match, man. Game 4 was a football game. Today's game was less physical than game 4. I watched the international ball. That shit wasn't physical at all to me. Their game is based a lot more on skill. I mean, that's just craziness. Yeah, that's what the media said. It was too physical. 10 times more physical. Drea Carter, Chinya Gumake, all those women on TV. It's too physical. All that. Now all of a sudden, it's not too. No, oh no, no, no. We've been championing against it. We've been having these conversations for years. The inconsistencies of the refs. Da 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 da. Well, again, sustainability. There are bills to pay. Your league has lost money. I mean, I understand the owners selling franchises to make bread now. I get it. I understand why they're doing it. They're trying to strike while the iron's hot because eventually the iron is going to cool off and there will not be you're not going to have a 32 team WNBA league. Like, come on. these women are unskilled players. They're unskilled players and they compensate by grabbing each other. They grab each other. That's how they figure it out. That's how they compensate. If you're not skilled, you foul. They want to go back to what they were, but they want to go back to what they were, but make money. For sure. I see all y'all comments. I agree. Let's ask this question. I mean, again, I had a debate about the valuation of Unrivaled, where someone said, "Oh, Amazon lost money for 10 years." I said, Amazon was a publicly traded company 2 years in. Unrivaled will never be a publicly traded company. They'll never have to let people know what's really coming in and out the door. They're not even announcing what the salaries are because there's no collective bargaining. So it's like comparing the two, that evaluation of Unrivaled was bullshit. It's a lie. It's a lie. And anyone who believes otherwise, I'm sorry, it's a lie. Valuations are nonsense. And they're pushing that number because they think it makes them look good. It's bullshit. You can't lose $8 million and have your valuation of your organization go up by 10 times. It's not real. It's not real. There's zero ROI right now. There is zero ROI because they lost money. But they're claiming the valuation of $340 million, and they're pushing that narrative. And the valuation was created by one of the fucking investors, one of the large investors in it. Like, okay, hey, you have a company. Here's $100. Your company's now worth 100,000. Yeah, that's right. What? What? I don't know if I'm sure I've told y'all this before. There's a company down here that had $32 billion valuation. $32 billion. Inside of 18 months, that stock is trading for $1. It was almost delisted. So that valuation, the real value is $1 billion. It ain't 32 billion. The stock tanked. The stock tanked. There's no stock here. There's no publicly traded shit. We don't even know who owns what. You have TV deals involving you have a TV deal, but no one's watching the game. Giving away valuable TV time for a game that no one's watching. Shit. They're using college players to market their game. That's how crazy Unrivaled is. They're using college players to market their game. Paying NIL, they're paying NIL deals to college players to market their game. You have WNBA players and you can't use your WNBA players that are in your league to market your game. Oh yeah, because nobody cares about them. Can you think about this for a second? It just came in my brain. Think about this for a second. You're a professional, right? You're a professional basketball player. You're playing in this league, but they're hiring Flau'jae Johnson to be the face of the league because you can't sell shit. So they hired a cute girl at LSU who has a personality, who's friendly, who people like, and you use her as the face of your fucking professional league, and she's in college. Is that insane? They're hiring people who are likable, who are still in college, who have a college fan base to build their league. But they have pros, and they're not using the pros to market it because they're so fucking unlikable. They're so unlikable. Like, give me anybody, feel free, beyond Caitlin Clark, give me 10 players that you like in the WNBA. 10. No Caitlin Clark, no Kate Martin, no Lexi Hall, no Sophie Cunningham. You cannot use those 4. Give me 10. Give me 10. You can't come up with 10. You cannot come up with 10 WNBA players that you like. Yeah, folks care about the college players. They're using college players to market their dog shit league. It's crazy. Because you've made yourself so nasty and opposite of what 95% of society is, because you want to push your fucking, I mean, I'm not trying to go political here, but you're really way leftist beliefs, when the reality is most of this country is not leftist, it's not right wing, it's very central. So when you go way the fuck over there or way the fuck over there, you are turning off everybody here. You are turning off everybody here. And this is where most of us congregate. Believe it or not. 10 is too much. Name 5. Name 5. Name 5. Okay, you cannot name. Jesus Christ. You cannot name Bibby, Lucy Olson, Lexi, Sophie, Caitlin. You cannot name them. Name 5 that you like, that anyone likes. Name 1. You don't like Grace Berger. Come on now. Temi, oh God. Why do you like her? She called the Indiana Fever fans racist too. Didn't she? This is the point. It's like you can't name 5 or 10 players that are likable because everyone's become such a fucking bitch and they're so nasty. They're so nasty. There's nothing fucking endearing about these women. Nothing. They're more masculine than most men. I'll tell you 5 that I like. I like Sanaya Rivers up in Connecticut. I think she comes off genuinely nice girl. Mother passing away, I mean, after the draft, horrible. Sanaya Rivers, I like her. I like her. I'm thinking now. Shit. I used to like Alicia Gray. And then she turned into a goddamn crybaby. So I don't like her anymore. Fuck her too. Who else? I like Jonquel Jones. I like Jonquel Jones. The fact that I had to think so much to do this is crazy. It's crazy. Right? The fact that I have to think about this crap is crazy. You like Malanga because she doesn't talk. The ones that don't talk are the ones that you like. Because when they start talking, oh boy, you don't know what's gonna come out their goddamn mouths. Miss me some Kennedy Carter, man. I like her. I mean, it's such a that's what's happened. They're using a fucking bunch of college kids to sell their professional league. Sasha Grey and Jenna Jameson. I mean, man. And you got this woman here sitting here on a podium today whining about how Kathy treats the Nafisa. This is a business. And the reality is you are bad for business. Your players are largely bad for business. You don't create revenue. You created nothing. You think that all of a sudden people cared because of you? Because of anybody in your league not named Caitlin Clark? Nobody cared about y'all. Caitlin Clark showed up, and I do agree with Kathy again. I do agree with Kathy Engelbert. Without the WNBA platform, Caitlin Clark would not be a household name. She would be overseas, and no one would be watching. She would not be making the money she's making. And for that, yes, there's some level of gratefulness that you should have. But let's also be real. If it wasn't for Caitlin Clark, that 220 whatever million a year bullshit deal you got there, Kathy, you would never have gotten. You would never have gotten. Ever. They wouldn't air. We wouldn't be watching. I live in America, bro. I'm not watching the game at 4:00 in the morning. The majority of us are not watching games at 4:00 in the morning or 2:00 in the afternoon because we're at work. So like, you wouldn't be watching it. Like if the NBA was all overseas, we wouldn't watch any of that shit. Like, do you ever when they play games in Europe for football? I never watch them. They're 9:00 in the morning. I'm sleeping. It's Sunday. It's not about being a household name. Being a household name means nothing if you have nothing to. If there's no platform. If there's no platform, it doesn't matter how household a name you are. She would have gone back to Iowa for a 5th year and made $5 million. There's no way in the world. If the WNBA did not exist, Caitlin Clark would have gone back to college for a 5th year and made $5 million and probably won a national championship. Probably won a national championship. She wouldn't have gone to China to play or Turkey to play. For what? For a fraction of that? No, it's you're not going to make. You may be watching in Iowa, but you're not going to make money on a national stage if there's no sport. That's the whole point. It's a sport. That's the whole point. If you're not watching the game, if there's no game to watch, then there's no money to be made. You're not able to sell shit because you're not on TV. You're not in front of people. You need the platform. I've never seen one Euro women's basketball game in my life. In my life. I've never seen one Euro men's basketball game in my life. I've never seen a Puerto Rican league in my life, a Dominican league, a South American league, an African league, an Australian league. I've never seen any of them ever. And I watch sports. I don't watch any of that shit. None of us do. We can sit here and lie to ourselves. But she did make money because the platform exists, and it's great that she had that opportunity. But again, Kathy Englebert's a moron. You tell that to Napheesa Collier? I would have ratted Kathy Engelbert out fucking 6 months ago for saying that dumb shit. I believe she said exactly that personally. I think she said all of that shit. Because here's the thing. If she didn't, and Kathy Engelbert had the sense to record it, which is what I would have done, yeah, you'd have some explaining to do, Napheesa Collier. And I'd like to see what Kathy Engelbert said. Some shit. There was a comment I saw there when I guess before the game. Kathy Engelbert says, I have the utmost respect for Napheesa Collier and for all the players in the WNBA. Together, we have all worked tirelessly to transform this league. My focus remains on ensuring a bright future for the players and the WNBA, including collaborating on how we continue to elevate the game. I'm disheartened by how Napheesa characterized our conversations and the league leadership. But even when our perspectives differ, my commitment to the players and to this will not waver. She did not deny it. There's no denial there. If you never said that, you deny it, right? She didn't deny it. I'm glad you picked up on that, Kevin. She didn't deny it. She did not deny that shit. There's no denial from her. If you make those statements, about me and I didn't say that shit, brother, there's a massive denial and it's immediate. Immediate. Like, bitch, you done lost your damn mind. I never said that shit. You just make that shit up? She said that shit. She absolutely said that shit. What do you mean? Well, she makes it off the court because of the platform that exists for her to make it off the court. You have to have a platform to make that money because it's like anything. She's not an actress. She's a basketball player. There's no basketball league. What are you selling? There's nothing to sell. That Iowa stuff ain't gonna carry for a decade. It might carry for a year. Look at the TV ratings, man. Iowa Hawkeye fans have not followed Caitlin Clark like that to the WNBA. They have not. Otherwise, she'd have 5 million people watching every game she played. But they haven't. Some have. Large majority have not. Kathy did not. Wooly. I don't think she said anything wrong either. I think it's all true. But you don't say that to a player in a meeting about a CBA. That conversation was absolutely recorded, and she absolutely said it. There's no question about it. Oh, if I'm an owner, yeah, I'm pretty pissed. She might get fired. I mean, Iowa fans, Shep, Iowa fans. Well, we had 5 million people watching her tournament games. There were 5 million people watching her tournament games on TV. We were all. I'm talking about the Caitlin Clark fan base from Iowa basketball, and that was a national fan base. It wasn't just from Iowa. It was a national fan base. You don't say that shit. She was dumb, and that was. And if I'm the freaking, if I am the owner, if I'm the ownership, yes, there's been some videos where people saying you need to fire Kathy Engelbert, but the reason that these people want her fired is different than why she should be fired. She should be fired because she's a moron. She should be fired because she's a moron. Because she just let the cat out the bag. Her mouth has got her fucking in trouble. You don't ever say no shit like that to a player. You crazy? Out your damn mind. They should all be grateful to the NBA because none of these women should have a job. The game is terrible. The game is awful. It's a horrible sport to watch. It's painful. I was talking to somebody yesterday about it. I was like, I like women's college basketball. I like women's college basketball because women's college basketball is fun. It's a much more free-flowing game. It's fun. This shit ain't fun. It ain't fun. It's not fun. I understand the tournament's different. I get all that. I get all that. I get it. The point being is if there wasn't a platform for her to continue to play basketball in, there'd be no money for her to make in basketball. There's not enough money to make, and there's not money to make if you don't have a league to play in. So she's not wrong. But Kathy fucked her ownership, and then for that she'll have to answer some questions. She's gonna have to answer some questions. Like you're having that conversation with a players union VP, and you think that woman's not gonna have everything recorded? You're crazy. My cell phone would have been in my pocket. That record button, I'm walking in. I might just put it downward. It's recording. Let this dumbass talk. Oh my God, she said it. Oh, there's no question. This year's NCAA games will be fucking awful. This year's women's NCAA games are gonna go back to the numbers they were pre Caitlin Clark, probably pre 2020. 4 million, 3 million. That's for the Final Four. The games that are before that, forget it. It won't be shit. They'll be half 500,000, 400,000, 300,000, nothing. Tell Jason Whitlock to put his money up for that because, yeah, that wouldn't work either. I know that people think that a Caitlin Clark league would work, but that would be the most ridiculous fucking thing ever in history. So we're going to put a bunch of white girls playing basketball together? Like, come on. Come on. Soul of Omen. Hey, there you go. There you go. Hey, you said it, not me. I don't think there'll be a game this year. I don't think there'll be a league this year. I think they're going to end up blocked out. I think it's end up blocked out. They're going to lock out and whatever. Fuck, who gives a shit? Who cares? Fucking cares, man. Who fucking cares? Like I so don't even care anymore. It's so sad. It's amazing that how bad an unprofessional league can turn a fan base off. How bad a group of unprofessional women can turn a fan base off. Like you running people away. You want to make money and you're running people away. You're making people not want to watch your product because you sound like a bunch of hypocrites who change your mind based on how it feels for you that day of the week. Have we ever heard a player in the WNBA ever say, have we heard anyone ever in the history of in our time, at least, have you heard anyone say the league is too physical at any point? Have we heard anybody say it? The league is too physical. The league is too. Have you heard anybody? Have you heard one woman player say the league is too physical? Other than us, players, any WNBA players. Have you ever heard the WNBA players say the league is too physical? Have you heard any of the national media members say the league is too physical? No, they have never said that. They bragged about it. They bragged about it. They have bragged over and over and over and over about how their league is physical. They take that shit as a stamp of approval, as a calling card. They take that pridefully. And now all of a sudden we have this fucking crap. Hilarious, right? Sound ridiculous, right? Literally did nothing but tell us how this league is great. It's physical, whatever. Never. Alyssa Thomas, hey, I have respect for Alyssa Thomas's game, man. I do. I really do. She's actually, I mean, other than her ugly ass jump shot because of her shoulder, she's a good basketball player. But she plays basketball like a linebacker. She plays basketball like a fucking linebacker. And if you're cool with having people play basketball like a linebacker, then you're going to love the goddamn league. If that's what you like, then that's what you're going to get. AT can pass. Alyssa Thomas averages 9.5 assists a game. She can pass. She can't shoot from the perimeter, but she shoots over 50% from the field. So Alyssa Thomas this year averaged 15.4, 8.8 rebounds, 9.2 assists, 53.3 from the field. She's not a bad player, man. She plays like a linebacker, though. There's the whole point. She plays like a linebacker. And, I mean, hell, Lexi Hull plays like a fucking safety. Lexi Hull plays like a fucking safety. She's always banging. I think Lexi Hull can play football. They all set movement screens, Ayers. The whole league is a movement screen. Everything is a moving screen. You would trade AT for Aaliyah Boston right now in a fucking second, and you'd still be playing right now. If you traded Aaliyah Boston for AT right now, the Fever would have advanced, and the Mercury would be going home. Lexi Hall could play safety. The way she plays basketball, she is physical as shit. She's very physical. She plays like the women in the WNBA play, physical as fuck. If it wasn't for the fact that they allow that physicality to go on, she would not have a career. And there's a lot of players that are just like her. It's not hate, it's truth. It's truth. Most of the players in the league are just like that. They're physical, they have to be, because their skill level is trash. Their skill level's low. I mean, for Christ's sakes, you have a player. I mean, look at the. I'll even tell you, Odyssey Sims plays a physical brand of ball. She's 5'8". She plays physical. That girl bangs. Natasha Howard plays like a fucking defensive end. And hearing them talking about fights on the court, like, y'all are allowing it. How about you fucking learn to calm yourself down and not be so fucking emotional? I'm not saying don't. She bangs. Yes, Lester. I'm not paying to watch anybody, Ayers. You're not hearing me, bro. I know you're fucking with me now, but I'm not paying to watch Phoenix. I would only pay to watch one. I was in Vegas the week of the Vegas Atlanta Dream game, and I was down the fucking street, and I was telling my wife, "You want to go to the game?" And then I looked at the ticket prices. I was like, "I don't want to go to the game anymore." It was more than $10. It was more than $10. I'm like, I'm not paying more than $10 to go to a WNBA game. And I was in fucking, I was in fucking Vegas in July. In July, I was in Vegas. I'm like, I'm not paying $80 to go watch Vegas play. Crazy? $10 is what I would pay. Because that's what the value of the game is to me. It's not good. So yeah, I mean, it's just this is they play like football players. And that was the thing. Back in the day in the NBA, a lot of the NBA games looked like football games. But there was a big difference. Big difference. And what was the difference? NBA players can actually make layups. NBA players, daylight robbery. NBA, I was looking for comps actually. I thought there would be a concierge that would give me a ticket give me 2 tickets for free, but because we were staying at the Encore. But like, I lost my train of thought. Oh my goodness, I lost my train of thought. You comments are killing me right now. Let me see if I can figure out what the fuck I was saying again. But no, man, they play a certain style of basketball, and then they're mad about how their style is. Like the thing is, Nafisa Collier is actually skilled, so she probably doesn't like that physical style of ball because she's actually a skilled basketball player. She's actually a good basketball player. She's soft, emotionally and mentally. She's soft She's a little soft physically, but she's a skilled ball player. So she doesn't like that physical brand of ball because that's the way you take a player like her off her game. That's how you do it, And I don't know anything about Alyssa Thomas's sexuality. The stuff they do in the WNBA, you can't even do in the NFL at times. I mean, that's actually true. We've seen shit. We have seen shit in the NFL that you can't even do that. Like, there are things that you can't even do in the NFL right now. You know what? So, I'm gonna go back to that stupid that injury that Kelsey Mitchell had. It was the weirdest injury ever because she just stopped and then laid down, and then they bring all the towels out. Towelgate. Towelgate. Let's bring the towels all around. It's like she walked off the floor with some help. They brought a stretcher out. Did you see the Dolphins game yesterday? Did you see the Dolphins game yesterday? Tyreek Hill's leg turned the wrong fucking direction. Tyreek Hill dislocated his kneecap, blew all his fucking ligaments in his knee. He's out for the year, maybe his career, because that was a devastating knee injury. And we got still photo shots of that fucking knee going this way. That shit was horrifying. You think her body cramped? I think it might be worse. I think her, because they said it was her quad. It's possible that because at first they said it was a cramp. I think it's worse than a cramp. I think she might have popped her quad. It's a possibility. I'm not sure. We'll see. I hope she didn't. I hope it. Now I will say this: if it's just a cramp, yeah, you saw. Yeah, Darren Waller had two touchdowns for us last night. We won a game finally. That's the update. Is a cramp? Wait, a cramp? Oh, come on. Let me go look. With cramping? Oh my God. You should have told me that, man. You shouldn't have told me that. You shouldn't. You should have told me that. You're telling me that a professional athlete cramped up in the third quarter of game 5 of the playoffs. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. They told us, she said it was, they went from her quad, now it's a cramp. You're telling me a professional athlete who had played 23 minutes and of a basketball game 5 of the playoffs, dehydrated to the point of cramping up so badly that she'd be taken off the floor and could not come back and play? Wow. All of y'all comments right now are exactly what I'm thinking about. You're telling me that you didn't have IVs done but the day you traveled on Sunday. So you won Sunday, you traveled on Sunday, you get to Vegas, you're supposed to, a player like Kelsey Mitchell, getting massive fluids, fluids upon fluids upon fluids upon fluids upon fluids, IV fluids, drink water. You cannot drink water the day of the game and get fluids the day of the game. You have to do that the day before. I have not, Ravens. I have not seen the chicken wings and iced coffee. Are you the fact that this is now what's come out? I thought she blew her fucking quad. I'm lost for words. I'm at a loss for words. Do you realize how unprofessional that is? You know how unprofessional that is? How are you how are you out of shape? How are you dehydrating? How does the training staff not have this woman plugged to a IV machine the day before and then the day of? How is she not drinking a gallon of water each Sunday night, Monday, and then Tuesday? How? It wasn't fucking menstrual cramps. It was fucking a cramp in her leg. Yes, that was the LeBron shit when we played. I'm a Heat fan. When we played the Spurs and that pussy motherfucker left with like 5 minutes to go in game 1 and we were winning and that bitch ass dude left the game with cramps because it was too hot. Like you've never seen him cramp before. You never seen him cramp after. But that night, that bitch ass cramped the fuck up and basically threw away our championship opportunity. What the fuck? There you go, Mason. You wonder why they have the most injured players in the league. They got morons dealing with their injuries. You got them traveling Chloe Bibby. I wonder how big Chloe Bibby's knee is by now. He's probably this goddamn big because she's traveled back and forth and the swelling has been a problem, remember? Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. She left with cramps. And you're telling me that they couldn't massage those motherfuckers out in the back, give her an IV fucking treatment in the back, and say, get your ass back on the floor? Yeah, when it first happened, they said cramps, and then they said quad injury. So now it's cramps? Bro, bro. Oh my God. That's bananas. That's bananas, people. Y'all want to watch the press conference? Ravens fan, I coached basketball, man. I had a player whose body gave out. You want to know when it gave out? After the game. Not 23 minutes in. I had a player that I coached. He dropped 38 points. I coached men, more boys, high school boys. I never coached women. So no, I didn't coach women. I did not coach women. I coached boys. This kid went for 38 points against Ty Lawson. If you know who Ty Lawson is, played in the NBA for a number of years. Head to head as a senior in high school. 38 points. When we walked out that gym, his body, he fell apart. We had to carry him to the car. We had to carry his ass. You have a training staff. This is a professional league. This was an AA. This was the Peach. We were doing this at the Peach Jam. But they didn't say her. They didn't say her menstrual cycle. They said cramp in her leg. I mean, if she's on her menstrual cycle, I can't control that, obviously. But if you're on your menstrual cycle, that means you got to drink a fuckload of water. It means you got to be drinking water all day. You got to put fluids in your body. But that's not what they said it was. Oh, maybe your situation, that's what they, Ravens fan, but that's not what they said this was. I mean, she was playing fine up until that point. She had 15 points, 4 of fucking 8, 3 of 3 from 3, 4 or 5 from the free throw line. Why would you drink water? Why would you get fluids? That's literally, it's fluids. You got to put fluids in your body. Oh, gosh. Okay, I don't know if it's, again, we're all speculating. Oh my goodness. We're all speculating, so we don't know specifics. But yeah, there's no, these are bit pro. I y'all want to watch the press conference before we go? See what Stephoni had to say? You interested in that? Anyone interested in that? If you are, I'll gladly put it on. Nah, this is a fan, man. Sweating. Yeah, I don't think this woman can handle a 44 game season, man. A screenshot of what? What do you have a screenshot of, retro? So she's getting fluids in the hospital. She should have been getting fluids before the game. She should have gotten fluids before the game, not at the hospital. Oh, let me see here. Sure, send it over, Retro. I'll take a look. Oh, they're smiling and happy. Look at the laughing. Look at the laughing. Oh my God. You want to watch this? Sweet baby Jesus. Y'all ain't gonna like this. Okay. Let's see here. Let's look at this fucking crap. Let's look at this shit. Let's watch the party.
Stepped after a season like that and a game like that, what did you feel was important to say to your team right after it ended?
Just how proud I am of them. You know, they have been an absolute joy to coach. It's an incredible group of women.
Oh God, the
An incredibly
tears.
connected group. They're a great example to everybody. What it means to just put one foot in front of the other, to persevere, to welcome people into the fold, to not give in to circumstance, to lead with grace and dignity, to sacrifice for a greater good and a common good. I'm so thankful to coach these women. And I'm just thankful for this experience with them.
Steph, it was obviously a really scary situation. Kelsey, is there any update on what happened with her and what exactly the injury was? And how did you all rally together to just stay mentally in the game after she went out?
She's got a lot of lower body cramping. She's currently at the hospital right now getting fluids. And unfortunately, we have a lot of experience in rallying around teammates. And, you know, this group is all heart, man. Like, it's just really hard to put into words.
Don't go, Maverick. Come on, man. Don't go, Maverick. Come on, man. You gotta suffer with me, man. This is the last one. This is the last one, bro. Come on, suffer through it. We only got 8 minutes left.
They're just special.
She said lower body cramps. She didn't say menstrual cramps. She said lower body cramps. She didn't say menstrual. Let's be very specific here.
Aaliyah, how will you remember this group and this special run that you had all season?
Yeah, I mean, this has been my best year. Seriously, I think with the
Oh my God. What? 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 Okay, wait, I'm gonna just. Why does she sound so fucking happy? Why does she sound so happy? Let's rewind this.
Aaliyah, how will you remember this group and this special run that you had all season?
Yeah, I mean, this has been my best year. Seriously, I think with the people that we had in the locker room, the amount of fun that I had on the court, off the court, in the locker room, you know, we just talked about how special this group was and how we're always going to be connected. And honestly, that's how I feel like these women became my sisters so quickly. And it was honestly just some of the best basketball I've had.
She literally looks happy to lose. She literally looks happy, like she's happy that she lost. Her best year. So her best year was the same as her rookie year, which was 2 years ago. In fact, we could actually look this up real fast. Aaliyah Boston. That's because, you know, data works. You know, Google works. So you averaged 14.5 and 8.4 a game as a rookie, 58% from the field. And this year you averaged 15 and 8.2 at 54% from the field. But this was your best year. Okay, I got it. Okay, understood.
Yeah, obviously you talked a lot about the Fever taking a chance on you when you signed in August. Just what has these past couple months meant to you?
This, just from the moment being picked up to now, I knew this was a special group. Like I said, I've been through a lot. The ones who've been here from start to finish, and had a lot of changes throughout the season. And for us to continue to fight.
You know, Odyssey Simmons smokes some Black and Milds, man. You know she does. She smokes something.
We never back down. Every game, coach pulled out the best in us. She kept pushing us. The whole coaching staff, everybody we have more. Coach kept telling us we have more to give. We have more to give. So I'm super proud just to be a part of this group. We came a long way. We beat the odds. We weren't even supposed to be here. And for us to be here, we finished out strong. It wasn't the outcome we wanted, but we still gotta hold our head time.
Steph, rosters change from year to year. Whenever
What do you think Odyssey Sims drinks Hennessy? Or she's drinking Crown or whatever? Like, you know, she's drinking some hard liquor, man. With that raspy ass voice, she's drinking some hard liquor. I mean, my goodness. But oh Lord, that mentality. We weren't even supposed to be here. Oh Lord, have mercy. That's that loser shit. Ducey, yes, she's drinking some hard lick, bro. Some cognac. Maybe she got that Remy Martin going on, or that Louis, whatever it is. Lord, man, she got a raspy ass voice. Woo.
have the same group, what's that feeling when you walk out of here knowing this is something we'll be talking about for years?
I think the first word that comes to mind is just gratitude. I mean, I've experienced some special teams in this league, in this organization, but collectively, this group has been at the top. So I'm extremely grateful for every single one of them. We know this is going to be an off-season full of change in the league. But what these women accomplished together, I mean, it's a special story. It's a special story, and I hope one day it's told. But I'm so proud and so grateful.
Steph, we talked about resiliency with this team all season long, but tonight it felt like that wasn't a strong enough word. Have you been a part of a game like that and just felt like everyone laid it all out there?
I feel like there's so many games that we've had this year where that's happened. Where you just you lay it on the line. And I appreciate what O said, because as coaches we talk about this all the time. Like, this group continued to allow us as coaches to push them further, harder, to move the bar, to raise the bar. Oftentimes in sport there's some resistance to that, and there isn't with this group. There wasn't with this group. And because of that, and because of their connectedness, they're able to accomplish things that some of y'all didn't think that they're capable of accomplishing. But nobody in our locker room had any doubt. And in our huddles, we kept talking about it, that we're ready for these moments. And, Vegas in particular in that overtime hit a lot of tough shots. And that had to be the goal, make them hit tough shots, and they did.
Coach, you sort of addressed this in the last point, but did you feel like you did reach?
Let me ask a question. How many of those threes that they took were open looks? I don't know if y'all even remember, because it happened so fast, but I thought pretty much every three they took was pretty much a wide open look. Am I crazy? Were any of those threes covered or contested shots? I thought they were all like wide open shots, and they drained them all, but I thought they were all wide open looks. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't remember properly.
Point in that overtime where there was no more left to give, where you've gotten everything you could out of this group?
No. I just felt like there was a point in that overtime where they hit, think about some of those threes that they hit over outstretched hands. Especially Chelsea Gray hit a couple, Dana hit one. No, I thought we continued to give. I think they made really tough plays, championship plays. And that was it.
Yeah, it's always an emotional moment when you see a teammate go down. You actually helped Kelsey up before you had just had your fifth foul, I believe. What was that sequence or couple minutes like for you, and how did you snap back into the game after that?
Yeah, honestly, I felt like I got just kind of emotional, see her down there. But for me, just trying to keep her calm, getting her slow breaths. And, once she walked off the court, it was time to just focus on rallying around her and making sure that I'm focused for when it was my time to go back in.
What? Give her slow breaths. What was she having, a baby? Was she having contractions? What the fuck is going on? She was crying on the bench? Oh God. I didn't see that either. Thank God I didn't see that. Oh my God. They were open shots, Eric, right? Those weren't contested threes. They were all wide open. Oh my God.
Whoa, man. Amazing.
Oh damn. They want to mess with me with this damn commercial stuff. Jesus Christ. Lord have mercy. They're getting a free commercial on the here, man. They need to pay me for this commercial. Damn it.
Literally, Steph talked about how the players rallied around. How about how Steph and the coaches figured it out and helped contribute to your best season ever?
Yeah, I feel like this season has been all about figuring it out. No matter what happens, what comes around the corner, figuring out the entire staff. Seriously, they just did a tremendous job with adjustments the entire season. No matter what, someone went down, we need a different action. Like, they were quick on their feet, and that's how they've been the entire season. And so tonight, when Kelsey goes down, no surprise. But I think it also goes to show our entire motto has been next woman up, and be ready, stay ready, so you don't have to get ready. And I feel like that's exactly what happened tonight, and everyone was just ready when their name was called.
Aaliyah, watching overtime from the bench with all of the injured players that you guys have had all season, what was your message or to the team, or what was that experience like for you to watch that group close out the season for you?
Yeah, I
guys?
mean, it sucks, obviously not being on the court, but when there's nothing you can do about that, you just pour into other people. High communication, making sure the bench is full of energy, and that's really what we did. And you know, as it got closer down, it's about, listen, we finished this game out strong. Every single game that we've entered, every single game we've played, it's about continuing to play and finishing out strong, and that's exactly what we did. So I'm proud of us.
Andrew.
Steph, back here. This season in particular, you mentioned how it's a story that you want it to be told. What did this team do that has changed the landscape, arguably, in basketball in Indiana?
Number one, they kept getting back up collectively. And I think that oftentimes in sport, we see one that might, two that might, they kept getting back up collectively. There's no circumstance that we went through on or off the floor. Because we had some off the floor stuff too, that they blinked, that they held their heads down, that they didn't just stand tall and face head on. And, you know, it's, you don't see a lot of that nowadays. I know I sound really old right now, but you just don't. And they continue to pour into one another. They continue to pour into us as coaches. They continue to allow us to push them on days and moments when they could have very easily just given up.
Here come the tears.
They loved on us.
There you go.
They loved on one another. And it just, it makes it really special when it sucks that it's over.
Aaliyah, last year, first round. This year, second round, elimination game, overtime.
Dang, you know what's next, right? Keep it going. Next year, finish it. All right, go ahead.
I'd love to know if that's where your mind's at, what you're taking away from. Of course, defeat isn't the best, but what are you taking away from the growth you've seen this year? You have to adjust to different point guards, adopt a defensive first sort of mindset. How are you assessing your growth year over year, and what are you looking forward to?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I'm super proud of myself. Just like you said,
What? I'm super proud of myself. She just said that in it. I'm super proud of myself. What? She's super proud of herself.
and adapting. And for me, like, a championship's always on my mind. I think no matter what happens, like, obviously you hate losing, but you kind of started with your question with just the progression that it's been. And so for me, obviously that's my mindset. We got a taste of it, game 5 semifinals, and now we want the real thing. And that's honestly going to be our mindset coming in for next year. And I'm super excited going into this off season. Time to put a lot of work in, just get ready to come back and win.
We'll wrap up with the back.
Steph, I know what a competitor you are. How soon do you start thinking about, okay, let's start thinking about next year?
Tomorrow. I knew it. I knew it. I see it.
This is what happens when you're on the same wavelength, good things happen.
What's that mindset like you both have? And why are you already like, okay, that's happened, we're on to the next?
It's because you can't hold on to it. I mean, you just look at it, and obviously we're going to be watching the championship games, and that's going to be the feeling that we want to be in that next year. And that's going to be the mindset. It's already prepping. I told you, we're ready to go.
And we're competitors.
Exactly.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, this makes you hungry for more.
Well, that's it, folks. She's so happy that they lost. My God, the laughing, the smiling, the giggling. Lord have mercy. There's something to me that I'll never understand, how you can be sitting there laughing or even cracking a smile when your season just got ended. Like, I don't understand that. That concept is foreign to me. Like, you might have me crack a smile like the next day maybe or something, but not a half an hour after the season ended. That shit's craziness. The laughing, the giggling. Oh my God. It's just nauseating. It's just nauseating to me. I mean, I saw it the other day with Courtney Williams, where she was giggling up a storm on the court, no less, with Copper. Copper was saying something to her, and Williams is laughing it up. And I'm sitting here like, they just ended your season. They just ended your season. And I made a comment on social media about it, and some dummies said, oh my God, they're friends. I'm like, I don't give a goddamn if they were sisters. I don't give a damn if they were sisters. I just, my season ended. This is my job. Like people, and the person said, it's just a game. Like, no, it's not. People say that about sports. Well, if it's just a game, then you play it for free. The shit when it comes down to ain't no hater here. I said they played hard today, Itoro. So there's no haters here. It's not about a hating. Laughing after you've lost, I find that to be completely ridiculous. I expect you to feel bad and not smile for at least a day. That's me. That's me. Usually players are upset when they lose. Their season is over. This is your career. And that's my problem with it. This is a career. So when someone says this is just a game, well, no, it's not. Because you know what it is when it's just a game? I watch you play for free too. You play for free, and I can watch you at LA Fitness play for free. That's not a game. You chose this as your livelihood. There are lots of people that want to be in your position. Lots of folks want that opportunity, and they don't have it. And you laugh after you've lost in the playoffs within 3 minutes. I mean, on the court, laughing, ha ha, kikiing. Are you crazy? I said to that person online, I said in a response, I said, so let me ask you this. You're on trial, a criminal case, and you're convicted of whatever. And now you're going to prison. And while you're being cuffed, your defense counsel is sitting there having a ball party, laughing it up with the prosecutor. How would you feel? You probably wouldn't like it very much. You'd almost wonder if, you know what, your defense counsel just let you go to jail. Your counsel just let you go to jail. Like, you would not feel good watching your attorney laughing it up 3 seconds after losing your case. That sends you to jail. Like, this craziness. Odyssey Sims looks bummed. Aaliyah Boston is laughing. Because Odyssey Sims knows that her time in the WNBA is not here. She's got very little time left. The woman can barely stand a team, but she got an opportunity on this one. And she played great, in my opinion, in her time here. But that shit right now, yeah, you win some, you lose some. Absolutely. You absolutely do that. But this is a career, man. They need to take this shit more seriously because there are people that want that job, that would kill for that job. I'm sorry. That stuff irritates me. I should not care more about you winning than you care about you winning. Your fan base should not care more about you winning than you care about you winning. So at the very least, do your fan base the service of actually acting like you're upset. Give them a day. Giggly, fucking in a press conference. Giggly on the court after you've lost. You kidding me? There's nothing more aggravating for me as a sports fan, that when I watch a game that I've sat here for 3.5 hours watching as a football game, and then I get to watch the players chumming up the other team. You just lost. I just spent 3 hours watching y'all bullshit. Y'all make money off of me. Y'all make money off me watching. Me buying tickets, me buying merch. I won't buy Dolphins merch anymore. Dolphins merch, I will not buy. Outside of that little something that I had to add to my damn thing, the helmet my wife bought me, that was 2 years ago, I ain't buying Dolphins merch. I will not put more money in that damn freaking franchise's pockets. My Miami Heat tickets, I canceled them. Because if you don't have the respect for the fan base to not fucking have a little bit level of being upset for 5 fucking seconds after the season is over, man, fuck you. This broad is laughing it up. She is a puppy. You're 1,000%, Air. She's a puppy. My goodness. My goodness. Like that's a turn off. That's a turn off to me, man. That bugs me as a sports fan because again, it's not just a game. Because when you just play a game, you do it for free. And these people ain't doing shit for free. They want more money, more money, more money, more money. So you know what happens when you want more money? You better act like that shit matters. But, you know, Aaliyah Boston will come down to Miami for Unrivaled, and she'll sit on the beach, and she'll go on a yacht, and she'll eat a bunch of brunch on Sundays, because there's plenty of brunch spots here in South Florida. She'll probably gain 15 pounds, and she'll be completely out of shape again and look horrendous in 3-on-3 basketball, and then come back to Indiana Fever and be out of shape when the season starts next. If there's a season next year, be completely out of shape. Unrivaled. My throat's like, oh, man, scratchy right now. But I don't want to hear it, bro. This shit's embarrassing. Shit is embarrassing. And then the laughing, the tears, like, bro, man, be upset, man. I want to see people heartbroken, man. You see more fucking heart. I have seen high school basketball players who lost in the Final Four or the state championship bawling uncontrollably. 17, 18-year-old males uncontrollably crying. These women here are looking like, okay, I'm about to go hit up the fucking Bellagio buffet. So can we wrap this shit up a little bit? You know, oh, I'm sorry, I'm at the Mandalay Bay. They're at the Mandalay Bay. So yeah, I'm about to go to hit the Mandalay Bay buffet. So can we wrap this shit up? Come on, let's move it along. I want to go to the buffet. Come on. That's what they act like. That's what I mean, it's just so. Am I crazy? I mean, do y'all agree or disagree? I'm curious. I'm not seeing really comments on what I'm saying. So am I crazy? Let me know. Because that shit's fucking nuts. It's nuts. Well, that is going to do it, folks. I have to wrap up. I have to do some videos and recordings that I have to have posted for tomorrow. But I appreciate y'all jumping on board. I will have a Nafisa Collier response tomorrow. I promise. It will be fun. And yes, Philip, Gatorade is designed to replace electrolytes balance that conduct nerve impulses that tell muscles to relax or contract. Too much water can dilute electrolyte concentration. What is that, a fucking Gatorade commercial? My goodness. My goodness. And Aaron Boone, I'm coming for your ass. So that video will drop tonight. Because that motherfucker just cost us game 1. And I can't stomach it. And if we lose tomorrow and our season ends, I'm going to have a real rough week. Eric, I feel you, bro. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Yes, I'm coming for his ass, Lester. He better not drop the soap. Coming for it. Ben, the referees, I thought the game was rigged. Hell, I thought it might be rigged helping the fucking Fever because how the fuck they getting back in that damn game? I mean, I had no idea how they got back. I thought the game was over with. I thought they would be done when Kelsey Mitchell went out. But they fought back, man. You know, so that's all, people. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great night. And check out the rest of the content I'll be dropping. Again, I will have a Nafisa Collier video tomorrow. And that'll do it, man. Y'all have a great night. And hit that like button if you haven't done so yet. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do subscribe to the channel. And as always, this is Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. Power. Come on now, the podcast where we talk facts over feelings. Come on now.